What up, Wichita? Welcome to another episode of the Wichita Dinner Table, sponsored by Landmark Commercial Real Estate. Landmark is one of the largest commercial real estate companies in Kansas. They do leasing, sales, development, investment, and property management. Check them out at landmarkrealestate.net. And also, a big shout out to President of Landmark, Josh Turner, who was recently featured in Heartland Real Estate Business. So congrats to him. All right. So today is, May 28th. For those that don't know, my name is Eddie. And my co-host for the evening, we got DJ Carbon.
What is good, ICT?
We got Troy Trussell with Live Vocal.
What's up, Wichita?
We have Annette Lawless.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
And everyone's favorite co-host, the Kansas Gastronomist, TKG.
What's up, Wichita?
All right. This week's weekly swag.
Jerk.
Place I went.
Jesus.
I know this guy.
He's mocking me already. This is great.
Not even a minute in.
He had a tough roast last week, so he's plotting his revenge.
That's absolutely correct.
I know. This week's weekly swag, with the weather being a little cooler, with this nice rain we've had this past weekend, Ben's Big Bull over at 3811 West 13th Street North. It's probably my go-to spot for like pho and like other Vietnamese soups out in Northwest Wichita.
Yum.
Great little spot.
Yes, it is.
All right. So before all the rain started this past weekend, did everyone get a chance to get out and enjoy the nice weather?
Yes, 1,000,000%. I still got a sunburn from it, actually.
Troy,
Really?
you're like shaking your
Goodness.
head vehemently, like you're like no in a
Did you
bad
go?
way.
I didn't do much this weekend.
Really? Shoot.
Just kind of laid around, took it easy.
I get it.
Well, I did see you last Wednesday after the recording. I saw you
Yeah,
guys
we
all
saw
at
each
the
other
Wilds.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Over at Public.
The Wilds.
Yeah, Public just put out a new pop-up bar called the Wilds. It's very how would you explain it? Jungle themed or
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yep.
Yeah.
And tropical.
Tropical, yes.
drinks and like shrimp tacos, I believe.
Delish.
Some tuna tartare. Is that what that was?
Oh yeah, that was really good.
I missed
Yeah.
that.
with the
Yeah.
avocado.
Yep. Some guac and avocado. It was good.
Tacos.
Yeah, they had a little influencer night last Wednesday, so I got to catch up with a lot of people. So that was pretty cool.
It was a cool vibe.
Carbon, why'd you all out fun for? I mean,
Man, so I went out and I was hosting Isaiah Pacheco, running back for the Chiefs, at a football camp, and it was so gorgeous last Thursday. I wasn't even sweating, so I didn't even realize, but I was melting in the sun. But yeah, no, I hosted a football camp that he had here in town. It was packed, man. The kids were everywhere. I don't know if the kids were more excited or the parents were, but yeah, there was some photo ops and stuff like that. But yeah, Isaiah Pacheco hosted a football camp. That was great. Right after that, I went over to finally got to check out James and Rye. I do have to agree, TKG, phenomenal old fashioned over there, man. Just really well, nice balanced, really cool spot. Got to play some kind of low key vibes and just enjoy the space, which was great. Then Friday made it over to the Kansas Aviation Museum. Tyler Koch, he runs the Rage Room down in Delano. He hosted a birthday roast of himself, and I'm like,
That's awesome.
one of the greatest birthday cons. I mean, first off, I got to give him so we got to the Aviation Museum. He had 2 casino tables set up. So there was blackjack and craps set up. So you had some play monies for activities to do. Then we had dinner from Rent the Chef. You could tour the museum. And then he hosted a roast. I mean,
That's a
what
great
an
night.
amazing birthday. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, that's called doing it right. So yeah, that was phenomenal. And then, then Saturday I had a backyard birthday party out in Rose Hill. And then we had 90s night at Wave, which was amazing. That was such a vibe. I love getting down with a 90s night. We're gonna put together a 2000s night soon because that was way too much fun. So
what
but yeah,
genre? What genre of music do you prefer? 90s, 2000s, or another one?
for me, like, I mean, 90s isn't a genre, decade, but
Decade, sure, yeah, decade. What
I
decade
mean,
do you like the most?
I really like going through decades just because you can get into just about everything. But for me personally, 90s is where I discovered my love for so much music, even though some of that wasn't in the 90s. But But no, I think 90s just had such diversity in genres, and each of those genres can go really, really deep, between the coming out of hip hop and the breaking up into so many sub genres of that. Pop music was pretty solid. Rock, you had everything from the grunge scene to like the new metal stuff that came later in the 90s. You had some good pop punk and things like that with your Green Days, Blink-182s, etc. You also had the emergence of a lot of electronica and EDM. You had there was just so much going on. I think the 90s for me was definitely my personal favorite.
I agree. I'm biased though, because just being like a teen in the 90s, you're kind of like, you gotta go back to what you know.
Do you remember the CDs that you could buy for like 1995? Living in the 90s. You remember that? You see,
was that like the compilation albums?
Oh yeah,
yeah. No. Like now, that's what you call music.
This, like list scrolling down the screen, and it'd say songs like blah blah blah, and it'd be 2 seconds.
Yep. Yeah. The little infomercial type joints. Yep, I remember exactly.
It's kind of like those. Remember the? I don't know if you remember that, the Time Life classics. Like compilations of like love songs of the 70s, rock ballads. You get 5 albums with 100 songs, wherever it was.
Yes. Oh wow, what a time to be alive.
Eddie, this past weekend I went to the Lao New Year Festival over at the Buddhist Temple on South Greenwich, and you were in attendance along with Furt. What'd you think?
I attended the one on Greenwich Road.
Oh, okay. I ran into you there.
Out of respect to DJ Carbon here.
It was. It's a great time. I love the culture there and the food. If you're looking for, really authentic, Lao food, like they grill right on, they make everything right on the spot. It's phenomenal.
That Lao sausage was awesome, and I know you didn't. Well, I don't know. Did you have a bite? Furt bit into mine.
I did not.
Sure. Okay.
Oddly, was one of my favorite things, that baked egg.
That baked egg, yes. That's got a story because we thought it was actually Baloo. Am I saying that right, Eddie?
Yeah, Baloo. You got the baby fetus in the egg. When you're pulling it apart, you see sometimes you see the bone, the feather, maybe an eye, whatever it might be. We're trying to find some. Last year they had some there, and like Foodie and I tried some. And this year we're trying to find one for TKG to try because he was very hesitant.
Very hesitant.
We bought these eggs and then couldn't find out they're just baked eggs. And at first glance, some people might be like, I don't know if I want to try this, but we cracked it open. It's green, but it was a solid little snack.
So in short, what happened is Furt kept on giving me shit saying, you're going to try it this year? You're going to try it this year? And so I said, I'll do it if Eddie does it. And then Eddie said, I'll do it and I'll buy, because I know really what he wanted to do was to have some content making fun of TKG, maybe like throwing a little bit in his mouth or something. Oh, I know
ludicrous.
You, Eddie.
That's ludicrous.
I
attended work. I went to the Asian night market as well later that day.
Yeah.
I think they had, I don't know the official numbers yet, but around 6 o'clock, they already exceeded last year's numbers.
Oh, wow.
And it was pretty cool because it was also sprinkling a little bit earlier that day. Yeah. So there's like worries whether people are actually going to leave the house and show up, but they came out in droves, and
love it.
Admittedly, it did get pretty crowded, in the concourse area. So next year I might have to grow even more and utilize more of the concourse space. But yeah, props to that event. They did awesome. I did that. I attended my friend's 40th birthday party. Shout out to Nicole. So we did like a little mini crawl from like Dino's, Merle's. Got some pasta salad at Merle's before the night market. And then our oldest, her boyfriend, turned 21 this weekend. So we had like a little surprise birthday party at our house. Had some friends over. I got to party like I was 21. I made it through. We finished a whole bottle. We survived. Finished a whole bottle of Una Vida tequila.
How'd you feel the next day?
Casey's pizza.
Yeah, I had some Casey's pizza. After, I think the Casey's soaked it all up. Like I woke up feeling just fine. I think I might be immune to Una Vida now. I don't know.
Hang out with Bryce long enough, and you just that's how it goes.
Annette, you get out?
Yeah. Well, this past week, before the rain hit, we went on an adventure with our family and our kids' school field trip to the
Mhm.
zoo. So much fun. I don't feel like we go enough, but it's great. Like it was just uh, busy, but not too busy, and it was just a perfect day to just hang out with the kids and enjoy. And if you haven't been to the zoo lately, I think it's fun. We got to see the baby elephants, so that was
Nice.
a blast because
Yeah.
they got the big blessing of a lot of them on the way. So that was just fun to see and just super cute. We saw an elephant. I've never seen them go and like tread and play around in the water. So that was kind of cool too. And I don't know, that was before the rain hit. So I bet the water area for them is even more more filled and fun. We also traveled up to for the holiday, we went up to lay like flowers on graves and stuff like that. But we went up to Tampa, Kansas, and I love little Tampa, Kansas. If you've never heard of Tampa, Kansas, or maybe the story of like Tampa, Kansas versus Tampa, Florida, not too long ago, maybe a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, there's a thing where the people from Tampa, Florida traveled, like they did this like basically exchange where Tampa, Florida people came here to Kansas and then the Tampa, Kansas people went to Florida. Almost like the whole town of Tampa, Kansas went to Florida. It's like 100 people. But we went up to Tampa and it's always nice. That's where my husband's like family is from. And they have like a little cafe there and everything. So it's just nice to go and to enjoy that town and just visit people and everything. I love small town Kansas. It's great. So they
How
have like
far
this
is?
little, it's like about an hour north of Wichita. And it's just the cutest thing. They have like, so instead of a grocery store, people volunteer to run the convenience store in town. And
Wow.
they have like a library that's just sort of open and people just, everyone just got to be honest and fill out this little form and say, I checked out this book or this DVD or whatever. I mean, it's just the sweetest thing. So I love that. But that's kind of how our weekend was consumed and a lot of just vegging out. So
Mm.
gotta love that.
TKG, you're pretty well traveled in the state of Kansas. Have you ever been to Tampa?
I haven't. No.
Yeah.
So you said it's about an hour north. It's
It's
off
in
of
Marion
130,
County.
Marion County. Okay.
Is
And I
the
mean,
restaurant called Santa Fe Trail Cafe?
yeah, they've changed the name to a couple different things, but yeah, that was if you go to the Trail Cafe, yeah.
Yeah, just north of Hillsboro. Okay.
Yes. So, and I love it. Well, we go to Hillsboro and we'll pick up some sausage or something at Dale's supermarket. But the crappy part about it all is Dale's is open. The supermarket's open on Saturday, but the cafe's closed on Saturday and Sunday it's vice versa. So it's like you have to get one or the other. So on a weekend, tough
You know
times.
the grocery store. I'm trying to place it's a cooperative, right? I assume. Is that what it
I
is?
think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
That some of the small towns like that had lost their grocery stores, like it's a joint effort with the Eco Devo and they create a cooperative. I'm not saying that's what they're doing there, but I'll bet that's what they're doing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think I mean, like people just, I mean, it's only open for, maybe a handful of hours certain days of the week, but if you need something in a pinch, you go there.
All
What is
right.
up with so many Kansas towns having names from other states? Like we got
Cities.
Manhattan, Kansas. We've got that's Tampa. You also have Miami, or they call it Miami, Kansas. That's also around here. Isn't there like a Miami, Kansas?
Yeah.
There's a Milan versus Milan.
Yeah,
Like,
There-
Garden.
it's that
there's a
confusing.
We got
there's a
Garden City.
Paris, Kansas as well.
Yes, there's a lot
Um,
of cities
but
that just
but
just
honestly,
jack
like
names.
uh, all city names. I'm trying to remember the one I was just looking at the other day, but it was up. It was Beloit because I went
Mhm.
up to Beloit and posted about a restaurant in Beloit about a week ago, and I was trying to figure out where that name derived from. And the very first mayor of Beloit was from a town called Beloit, Wisconsin. So like
Ah,
that's like nothing that but I
Huh.
guess what I'm saying is like all towns are named after
borrowed.
like
Yeah,
New York is named after York, right? In
sure.
Britain. So anyway,
Yeah,
okay.
What do you
What
think was
happened to
fou-
original names? Come on.
yeah, I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
Quick trivia question? Which city do you think was incorporated first? Wichita Falls or Wichita?
I
Wichita
would say
Falls.
geographically, I'd say Wichita.
TK, you say Wichita Falls?
Yeah.
Wichita, Kansas.
Ah,
I want to say it's about, carbon. It's always a knowledge. Wichita, Kansas was founded, was it
Suck
1870?
it,
Something like
TKG.
that? and Wichita Falls, 1876. So it's pretty close to each other.
I just
Oh.
went with the less likely,
Yeah.
So I had no
Okay. Upcoming events. Carbon, you're kicking things off Wednesday.
Man, this week is we're gonna get crazy. All right, we're gonna do the whole rundown. Ready?
Tonight.
Wednesday night, tonight we're gonna shoot over to the Candle Club. Thursday, Con Lab School celebrates their first year completion, so they got a little party going on that I'm gonna be a part of. Friday, I know I'll see y'all over this week because Riverfest does kick off. That's gonna be amazing. Saturday, I'm gonna be hosting the party in the plaza. So the Fidelity Bank River Run, they're moving that back in front of Century 2 because it used to be over by the the boathouse. It was over by the boathouse, but they're back in front of Century 2. So they got the 10K, the 5K, there's a wheelchair race, the family fun run, and the tot trot. So I'll be there all morning, 6 a.m. till noon. And then I'm leaving there, heading off to another wedding. I'll also be there on Tuesday, opening up things on Tuesday night. There's a Paramount is headlining that night. They're up from Salina. And they also have the Nail Biters, who I am yet to hear. I don't know if you guys have heard these guys, but they're a band from Derby, Kansas. I don't know if they just graduated or recently, but they're younger guys. And I checked them out, found them on TikTok. They were doing a cover of like Players' Baby Come Back, and they were they sound good, but like very like classic vibes, classic styles. I was like,
Nice.
oh man. So I'm really anxious to check them out. The Nail Biters had a Derby, so really stoked to check them out. And Paramount, those guys are rock stars. They typically do a throwback New Year's Eve party over at the Cotillion. They do a great job kind of covering a lot of classics, a lot of 80s vibes and things like that. So, but yeah, then Riverfest week, man, we're just going to be living down there, I have a feeling.
You'll be egg tossing it up too in the competition.
Yeah, and I'm also going to be representing for the Wichita Animal Action League in the ice cream sandwich eating competition. So I hopefully can win that to win some money for Wall because I got invited to that too.
Ooh,
I can't believe they didn't invite me to do that.
Will you sit there and pout the whole time?
I hate ice cream.
It's
Start
too
throwing it on the
cold
ground.
and sweet and
Chucking it at
delicious.
kids.
I don't like it.
I'd probably throw my spoon on the ground when it started out of protest.
All right.
Oh,
So
Lord.
yeah. So
Save
Riverfest
us.
does kick off this Friday. Runs through June 7th. Make sure you get your buttons over at QT. It's a fully packed event. I mean, I know Sunday, Troy, we got the cardboard regatta.
That's right.
Oh,
We need to
God.
figure out a game plan for that.
I've been watching a few videos. We'll
Okay.
see. Got some a couple of boys want to be engineers, so we'll see how it pays off.
FYI, I'm the least handy person in Kansas. So
Yeah, so my daughter is actually not going to be with us. So it's just going to be me and the boys.
Oh,
And
Lord.
she's going to be
She was gonna elevate this thing to a new level.
probably.
I need to
Yeah.
contact and bring a ringer in.
Lost.
Well,
I need to.
Yeah, she's doing the entrepreneur thing going on. What's it called at the
The
Riverfest?
Children's
Oh,
Entrepreneur
that's
Market.
cute.
Yeah. She's doing that with her candle company. So
It's awesome.
she
That's
got
awesome.
registered for that. So.
If you're out Wichita, come on down. Sundown Parade is 6:30. Friday, you got Everclear. I'm excited for them. Saturday's Flow Rida. So, I mean, I think those two concerts will be pretty popping. If you won't be at Riverfest or if you just want to swing by and come out and check out other events out, Friday through Sunday, it's the 2025 Garden Tour at the Sedgwick County Extension Building. Event I've never heard of until this year. It's a big old array of thoughtfully designed gardens that will emphasize water conservation, sustainability, innovation, and support for pollinators and wildlife. Also on Friday, another busy event will be the Final Friday Food Truck Rally at the Boathouse from 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. I mean, the whole section outside the Boathouse is lined up with 20 plus food trucks, a lot of options to eat. Then moving on to Saturday, it is Happy 10 Years to Hoppy Gnome. Part 2 of their anniversary party is this Saturday, where they'll be celebrating 10 years of Gnome beer events. And then the 4th annual Plant and Art Market is also at the Sedgwick County Extension Building. That's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Free entry. And then something to put on your calendar in a few weeks. It's Cornament for Hope. This is the first annual Cornament for Hope. It's a fundraiser for foster kids hosted by EmberHope. You can toss bags for a great cause. It's over at the Sandbox in Derby on Saturday, June 21st. It's a day full of competition, community, and giving back to foster youth.
That's cool.
All
That's
right.
really nice.
Things in the community. So something that's spread out pretty wild over the past week. It's the whole situation at Bishop Carroll.
Oh gosh.
So you've probably seen online the a child, his name is Austin Tran. His mother shared a story about how, he went on stage and gave a speech that was not approved by the school. He went over the guidelines given in terms of time, didn't mention certain things. He added some jokes that I felt were very lighthearted. And then, so he is there. They asked to take away his medal and his valedictorian status, and it just went all over. I mean, the news went nationally. The school hasn't commented yet, but there's a petition that went out for him.
Yeah.
And the word is the student who put the petition up, her parent asked her to take it down. So a new petition was put up, and it's just
A lot of
crazy.
drama.
A
Yeah.
lot of drama going on.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that I think really caught, I mean, so many layers of it caught everyone's eye, but then I had a chance to speak to some former, like one of the former valedictorians who took their medal back. So they're given these medals. And so at least a couple of them took them back and turned them into the school saying, you know what, we're going to stand by this kid. And we think this is a tacky move by the school. So that was really interesting. But speaking to one of them, she was frustrated. So understandably.
I think just the feedback I've seen online is they agree that he broke the guidelines. And they weren't rules, they were just guidelines given to him. And he deserves some sort of punishment, perhaps, whether it's like community service, an apology, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And I think a majority of people are in agreement that the punishment does not fit the crime, if there was a crime committed.
I say excommunicate him. Don't let him go on to college. Just punish him for the rest of his freaking life.
I mean, laughing at it. Yeah.
Hey, who the hell has to submit? Let's just start at the beginning. Submit a speech. Like, this is a 4-minute speech that had to be approved. That's bullshit just out the get-go, in my opinion. He definitely did something wrong. He had to write a freaking letter to Bishop Carroll. Bishop Carroll needs to grow the hell up. It's not that big of a deal. And let me also say, this is something that I haven't posted about, but the whole concept is you cannot be valedictorian if you are not in good standing in the community. I personally pulled those rules up from their website. Okay, so if you cannot be a valedictorian when you're not in good standing with the community, he was already valedictorian. He became valedictorian when he was in good standing with the community. There's no rule about retraction. That's number one. It's bullshit in my opinion. And honestly, I don't want to go down this route, but like, you're a religious school that talks about meekness, that talks about being the bigger man. Like, come on, say, hey, you know what? We're going to exercise a little bit of grace. And the medal thing, that's not the big deal. It's that he can't put on his resume valedictorian. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, and the
I don't
school,
really have a strong opinion.
well, did you see the school? And I don't know what the move was. I sent a note to media has been asked to contact a certain person within the community who represents the schools. And anyway, I asked them because they had pulled a couple of their social pages down, Facebook and Instagram. And I don't know if they're deleted or if they're just unpublished for a bit, but supposedly they got a lot of bad reviews written on those pages. And I'm like, that's kind of comical. But I mean, everyone has their thoughts on it. So I laugh because you two in particular, TKG and Eddie, some of the posts you guys have put up are just so funny, so feisty, but kind of spot on in some ways too. So
I went to Capon, so I can understand why they want the speech ahead of time. I get it.
For sure.
And it's funny because I forgot what year it was, like my freshman year, I ran for student council, vice president, got elected. And then the next year, maybe the year after, I ran again. I wrote a speech, and I think the class was in charge of homecoming. And I made a joke that, the punch bowls we filled with punch, and I paused and I insinuated, liquor, but I said water instead. I got called into the administration office, and they go, Eddie, we're pulling your name off the ballot, so you cannot run for student council this year. And that was my punishment. And I was like, that's fair.
Yeah, but that preemptively happened, right? Like you had not, like the election had not occurred yet.
Correct. Yeah.
The election occurred. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like he earned it.
Yeah.
But just seeing how it just brought back those memories, and I don't know, it's tough going to Catholic schools your whole life and seeing that happen. It's kind of like, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're really doubling down, and it's just baffling to me.
It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there could be some grace that could be given on both sides. There should be some contrition. I think Austin and his family are agreeing that they did something wrong, and I think they're open to different punishment. So we'll see if I want a happy resolution. I mean, I got friends that teach over there, and I hang a lot of crap on Bishop Carroll. Some of it's in good fun. Some of it's because I'm like, it's messed up what they did. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, we will.
All I know is if I enroll my daughter into Bishop Carroll tomorrow, they probably will say no.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
So
okay.
At my
Go
high
for
school,
plan B.
Yeah.
in my high school, it was a public school, and our headmaster had diplomas, stack of diplomas, and then a stack of like regular sheet papers. So if you did anything across the stage that wasn't like what they told us to do, if you like cheered or did something crazy, she would hand you the regular piece of paper instead of your diploma, and you would have to go serve like detention or something to get your.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
They're called headmasters in Louisiana.
Thank you.
Principal, headmaster, whatever. I don't know.
Wow.
What's it, like Sound of Music School or something like that?
Awesome.
Hogwarts.
All right. Up next, we got Trestle Truth, sponsored by Trestle Media.
All right. So June 4th, next week, a week from today, June 4th, the show comes out at 6 p.m. So I wanted to let y'all know that next Wednesday is National Cheese Day.
Yeah.
Get into that.
Yeah.
Amen.
So when I think of cheese, I think of cheese pansy.
All right, so when I think of cheese pansy. When you think of cheese, what do you think of?
I think of cheese pansy, and I think of all the trips to the store to buy cheese.
How much cheese do y'all go through a week?
Oh my. Well, it depends on the weather. So if it's food truck season, cases. If it's not, then, it's just a trip to Sam's.
Well, so real quick, I'm about to eat a mac quesadilla.
Mac quesadilla. It's our 14-inch flour tortilla with a mix of cheeses, and then we put bacon and our truck-made mac on it, and serve it with our truck-made ranch, which is so good.
And so tell me, June 4th is National Cheese Day. What are y'all doing special for Cheese Day?
So my daughter made a loaded mac and cheese egg roll. It's 2 of our mac and cheese egg rolls cut in half, topped with our truck-made ranch, bang bang sauce, bacon, green onions, and it's to die for. It's so good.
And I've had one of those before. Not the new special way you do it.
Yeah.
Not loaded, but I've had one, and they're phenomenal. Can't wait to try one. Loaded.
Yes.
Last question: who's your favorite person on the Wichita Dinner Table Show?
Well, no question. That's Annette, because girls rule and boys drool.
Of course. There you go, Annette. Well, thanks for having me out.
Thanks
See you
for
next
coming.
time.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
That's so cute.
There you have it. Cheese, National Cheese Day.
Jeez.
What's your
Nice.
favorite cheese product, like food-wise? If you had something, if you had to order something with cheese, like what would it be? Like a cheese pizza, cheese stick, cheesy bread, straight cheese?
Fried mozzarella sticks, man. I love fried cheese sticks. They got to be done right, though.
Man, Right now, it's dinner time here on a Wednesday. I'm thinking if I had my choice right now, I'm going to get some Freddy's cheese curds. Freddy's cheese curds would be my go-to right now. But that could change at any moment.
I'm going with cottage cheese for sure.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh yeah.
Gross.
Oh yeah, we've had that discussion before.
Number one food out there.
So gross.
Where's the best place to get cottage cheese again?
Trader Joe's.
Trader. All right.
Buy a
Oh,
lot,
gosh.
and we can get into the you can get the same thing at Aldi because it's the same grocery
No,
store.
my
but no,
husband's the
it's
same
not.
with you. Every brand is so different. So
Well, also
gosh.
it's actually not because there's I forget, it's called like Aldi Nord and Aldi Süd, which is German, Aldi Northern Germany, Southern Germany, and I forget which one owns Trader Joe's, but one of the Aldis owns Trader Joe's, but the US Aldi is the other Aldi.
Right.
Oh.
So I think Aldi Süd is the Aldi in the United States, and Aldi Nord owns Trader Joe's, and they've been separated for like 140 years.
We
So
always
much.
have cottage cheese at home. I don't like it, but the rest of the family does. And we always get low-fat cottage cheese from Daisy brand.
Nice.
We saw the post that TKG put up years ago about Trader Joe's, and I was told, like, hey, can you go pick some up for home? I'm like, okay. Well, I think Megan actually did. She picked it up, got home, opened it up, mold inside.
Yeah, first of all, I
That's
don't know if
wild.
that's true. Second of all, even if it's true, that's never happened to me in the thousands of containers.
That had to have been like, the thing didn't, the
Didn't
thing didn't
seal,
seal
yeah.
right or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
that couldn't,
I think TKG
Eddie's
planted
all about
it.
second chances, except for when it comes to my recommendation.
I think
Well,
TKG
I hope you got your
planted
money
it.
back.
Oh, no. Like, here's the thing. Interesting question. If you get bad food at a grocery store, do you go and return it or just eat the cost and like toss it? If it's like $3, do you go back and return something for $3?
Eat it. No.
I eat it usually.
Eat it or eat it, but no.
Eat the cost, not the product, not the moldy product.
I saved the cottage cheese. I'm gonna put it at
taken a
TKG's
step
house
back.
one day.
Yeah, no, like I think I did it last week. We had a huge, the 5-pound bag of like cheddar cheese we get at Sam's.
Mhm.
That took back because that's, I don't know,
That's a lot of cheese.
$15 bag of cheese or something like that. Yeah, that take back.
That's a sad day.
Is there a price threshold where you will and won't return something?
I think it probably depends on the convenience of the location.
Yeah, if I'm not going back there fast.
I would say if
forget
it's
it.
over $7 or $8, man, it might be worth it taking it back. But like we take stuff back if we do the online, because we didn't actually do the shopping. I feel like
That substitute
sometimes
stuff.
they just grab
Yeah.
stuff. I don't think they're doing it on purpose, but they just grab stuff. And they might grab an old thing of strawberries, and we'll take those back, get some fresh.
You strike me as a 99-cent person, TKG. Someone like if
You think I return?
like a 25-cent stick of gum.
Oh my god.
There's only 4 sticks in here, not 5.
No, I'm the opposite. I'm the person that had expired gift cards before they were outlawed. You know what I mean? They just, I don't return when I need to.
Speaking of, I don't even know, good segue, but we're just gonna move into it. What's up your crawl, TKG?
What's in my craw? You know what is really in my craw today is the cost of fanny packs. They're too damn high, and I'm so sick and tired of it. Did you know that fanny packs have been around basically forever? Even Otzi, Europe's oldest known mummy, had a fanny pack. Why? Because they're versatile, practical, and always in style. And back in 3100 BC, when Otzi was carrying around his fanny pack, you could get one of those bad boys for just a couple pennies, or maybe even 1 US penny. Know the price today? I checked this morning on Amazon, and you cannot find a damn fanny pack for less than $9.99 plus shipping and handling, state and local taxes not included. I blame the big fanny pack lobby. Everybody knows these packs are a necessity. From keeping little widgets and spare change for loiterers to housing a few cassette tapes along with your Walkman, the fanny pack has a bajillion uses. I once saw a karate dude use his pack for self-defense. And Big Fanny knows that we, the proletariat, are reliant on the fannies. That's why these necessity packs, as I call them, are like 10,000 times more than they used to be. So, here's to you, all you corporate big fanny pack lobbyists. You stick in my craw, and you ain't gonna like it when TKG has you in his craw. Back to you, Eddie.
Jesus Christ.
So during your spiel, I did find some pretty cheap fanny packs.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, $3.48, $6, $4.52.
Like a 10,000% increase over the last 5,000 years.
Over
I
at
mean, but why are they called a
Temu.
fanny pack? You normally wear them on the front. Like a fanny is the
A
back.
fanny pack.
I mean, I've never known someone to wear them on the back.
Or the side.
Why is the sky green? Why is the grass blue?
Why do you care? Because I've never seen you wear a fanny pack.
I mean, I don't see you as a regular fanny pack wearer.
I wear fanny packs whenever I'm not around you.
TKG. Do you remember the fanny pack this weekend when you and I were together? Some guy was wearing a fanny pack. Do you remember what it was?
Was it at the Lao New Year Festival?
Yep. Do you remember what the fanny pack was?
No.
Gosh.
It was at the Stan Sabai Pizza. This guy had a WWE belt fanny pack on.
Ah, I want that.
I need to see if I have a picture of
Legendary.
it. Yeah, I'm about to see if I have a picture of it, but
You can't be mad about that.
I thought it was really cool.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
sure. Of course you did.
TKG just believes he overpaid for that fanny pack. That's really all he
Oh,
cares.
the fanny pack
I'm
was-
going fanny pack shopping, or actually, I'm probably going to go today. Fanny pack shopping.
I remember when my daughter was insisting she needed a fanny pack, but it couldn't be anyone. You had to get the Lululemon one. There was a big craze for a stretch there. I'm sure it's still ongoing. Yeah.
Oh, it's still ongoing. A lot of
Yeah.
them, like you wear across your chest.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a purse type style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those go for like $40 if I remember. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm looking at my pictures. He did have a WWE fanny belt.
That's so
we'll-
great.
We'll put that
We need
on the
post
video. I'll
that
send it over
and
to
say
Troy.
good things.
Yeah.
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 And you know that there's a very famous picture of The Rock wearing a fanny. Have you ever
Yes.
seen that one?
Oh yeah.
Is he
The old school-
just wearing a fanny pack?
No, he's
He has
wearing
clothes
like
on.
a turtleneck. He's got like the
Yeah.
turtleneck
Black
sweater.
turtleneck.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang
he is
it.
he is clothed. TKG.
Snap.
Okay, online shoutouts.
Lord.
Jennifer Cummings wants to let everyone know that the Friends of the Kansas Wildlife Exhibit and Wichita Public Library Foundation are both finalists in Evergy's Energizing Our Environment Hometown Grant Contest. So the top 3 orgs with the most likes on their individual photos on Evergy's Facebook page by May 30th are eligible for up to $10,000 in grants for their projects. So go ahead over there, give them the vote. Cynthia Aguirre wants to let you all know that Bubble Champagne Bar is celebrating 1 year. It's their anniversary on the 31st. Also on the 31st, Cody Barnett wants you to know that at Panther Stadium in Derby, Kansas, is the only Paralympic competition in Kansas, the Challenge Games. Crafty Turnesol wants you to know that Art Fest at Riverfest Pop-Up Market, put that on your calendar. It's Saturday and Sunday inside Century 2. This is a cool one. Sherry Porter wants to shout out her husband, Carl Porter. He recently retired from Cox after 21 years as an account services rep. He's looking forward to lounging around and getting his health back on track so he can try all the great restaurants that you bloggers keep suggesting.
All right.
Lastly, oh yeah, Carl, if you're listening, private message me. I'll get some lunch with you. I love the awkward silence. Okay.
I
Lastly.
thought you were gonna go.
What were you waiting on? Like, I'll
You
go
know,
too?
I just
I'm happy to go with
paused.
Carl too.
I just paused, hoping someone would be like, I'll join you, Eddie. So it's just not me and him.
I was waiting for you to finish a punchline.
No.
I thought there was like a setup
No
to.
punchline.
I'll bring my
I was
fanny
hoping
pack.
like TKG like, oh, I'll join you, Eddie, so I can sit next to you.
I wouldn't
Side
offer to
sitter.
do that. I didn't know if you were done with the shoutouts or not. Because I think you missed one because I put a shout out on your page.
What's your shout out, TKG?
Well, I just wanted to ask that you guys keep in your thoughts and prayers. I have an acquaintance that recently had a vasectomy, and I just wanted to have everybody keep him in your thoughts and prayers.
We'll do. I'll work on a greeting card for him or her.
I'm
Him or her. I mean,
sure he'd
yeah.
love that.
Visit him
Yeah.
or her.
Okay. Lastly, Dawn Murphy Smith. Congratulations to her and her husband for celebrating their 1-year wedding anniversary this past weekend. And they also celebrated the reveal of their third grandchild. So congrats to Dawn and your husband. All right. What's good in Wichita? Time for everyone to come through with something heartwarming to see in the community, a good shout out, someone doing good work. I want to shout out the vinyl record community. This past week, I bought my first turntable, bought a bunch of vinyls, and before that, I needed help in finding out what one to get. Someone's like, hey, you should join this Facebook group called the Central Kansas Vinyl Collectors. It's a pretty big group, pretty active, but the admin, Michael Runback, PM'd me privately, and he walked me through all the questions I had on type of turntables are, speakers, how to care for your vinyls. Just super helpful. He's like, I love the food. I love coming to Wichita for restaurants. He's from Hutchinson, and I love what you do, so I want to help you out. And he got me squared away, so I picked up a turntable, picked up about 20 vinyls this past week, like all these old classics that I love listening to, like Offspring, Weezer, Stone Temple Pilots, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, just awesome bangers. And so now I'm a vinyl collector. So thanks to Michael, the Central Kansas Vinyl Collectors, and that whole community. TKG.
So my shout out actually was supposed to be last week, but you guys decided to try to sing happy birthday to me. So I made a Irish exit. And this shout out is first I need to quote from St. Augustine of Hippo. He wrote, "In this world, two things are essential, life and friendship. Both should be highly prized, and we must not undervalue them. But if we are not to remain solitary, there must be friendship." So I just wanted to shout out all of my friends. And just a reminder, not that you can do a lot, but how important it is to foster friendship with others, because otherwise you will remain solitary. And that's it. So thank you to my friends.
That would have been a good stick, TKG.
Are we included in that group? I mean, I don't. I felt like so.
Maybe.
I thought there was going to be
I mean, some of you, yes. Absolutely.
Definitely not all of us.
Oh my god.
You know I love you, Troy. You know it.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
Troy, what's up?
Yeah, so I want to shout out the zookeepers over at Tanganyika. I had the opportunity to go this past week. I was filming a segment for a realtor here in town, and she had the whole thing set up all day to where she got to interact with, like 7 or 8 of the animals that were there. And then in that, they were like, oh, you want to feed the lion too? I'm like, heck yeah, I'll feed the lion. So I got to do some of the things as well. But just being with the different zookeepers there throughout the day, they really just have a passion for the animals and taking care of them. And they even said, they have become family with these animals, right? One of them has, or more than one of them has, a tattoo of a specific animal that they take care of, like on their leg, which is pretty amazing. But yeah, just shout out to them. And just through that whole experience, they said we did like only half or not even half of all the experiences that you can purchase out at Tanganyika. So they're the only place in the nation that you can swim with penguins. I mean, which I think that's pretty cool right here in Wichita. So shout out to them. They're doing awesome work out there. And if you want to touch some of these animals, man, that's the place to go do it for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Carbon.
Well, with Riverfest coming up, I'm going to give you the preemptive shout out and encourage everyone, when you see a Wichita Riverfest, when you see a red shirt, when you see a volunteer, give them a high five. It is one of those events that has a huge outpouring of people that come together to help pull this thing off, and it is a large undertaking for such a huge community. It's an amazing event. I also encourage everyone to make it out there, but when you do, if you do, and you see some of the volunteers, give them a high five, give them a shout out, say, hey, thank you for volunteering. Thank you for being a part of Riverfest. Thank you for being a part of what makes Wichita pretty freaking cool. They deserve it. They volunteer a lot of time. There's a lot of people that give a lot of time and energy to that. And just want to give each and every one of them a shout out and encourage anyone that attends to do the same. High five a red shirt, high five a volunteer. It's a great time. Make it out there and let them know that their efforts are appreciated.
I'm actually going to be shadowing a red shirt this Friday. See what a day in life looks like. I heard it's pretty busy, but it goes by really quick.
Yeah.
It is hectic for sure.
Okay. All right. Cheese Pansy's favorite host, Annette.
Oh my gosh. We
So-
saw their food truck at the zoo this past week. But speaking of time at the zoo, I want to shout out to people from the zoo, but also we saw the Great Plains Nature Center. They had a little table set up. It was, when we visited, it was like International or World Turtle Day or something like that. And they have this just really fun hands-on table with kids coming up to it, just so eager to learn. And I think it's just so nice to see people who can make kids just their eyes light up and get them so interested in something that might be just outside of what they learned in school or whatever. And I'm just like, this is just so wonderful. So as we're out and experiencing things with the nicer weather, not this past weekend, but in the weeks ahead for summer, I hope that you get a chance to go and visit places like the zoo or the nature center and all these different places in our community. I mean, we got the summer sunflower app or whatever, that thing. So maybe download that to your phone to find places to explore with your family. But the people who are educating and sort of just making that experience come to life, thank you guys so much, because our kids have certainly loved it. And we could see that with the eyes of these little kids when we were out and about. It's wonderful.
Okay. Well, for everyone, catch us next week. We're actually shooting live at Riverfest next Monday. We're going to do the recording then. We'll be on site. First
So
time
scary.
we're going to be doing something on site. It's going to be crazy. TKG will actually not be there. He said he does not want to be a part of this shenanigans. He's like, his stick in the crawl for next week is recording in person.
Live recordings.
Yeah, live recordings is up his crawl. So
Absolutely.
We will miss you.
I'll miss you guys.
ooh, that's on record. All right. Troy, Annette, Carbon, TKG, always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Everyone at home, thanks for watching. You've all been excused from the dinner table.